I have to put the laptop really far away. It feels like it's
Oh,
close, but
really?
it's actually, yeah, it's really far away. I need to get some kind of good camera for this kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
Something that captures a little more space, because otherwise it's just too close, and either I can't see this or I can't see that. It's kind of like that.
that's
It's
right.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're live on YouTube. I'm gonna actually disappear. So
See
have
you
a
at the
nice 90 minutes,
see you
everybody.
at the finish line.
I'll see you
Jennifer.
at the finish line, Sash.
Yeah.
Спасибо большое. What's that? Actually, Dr. Malikov has everything set.
Okay,
He's got like
yeah.
full,
So let's start with
full order.
scales. So how about D major scale?
Okay.
Are you warmed up? Ready to go? Yeah. Good. That's really good. One more time. Okay. Let's go through them. How about B flat major? Good. And left hand? Good. Would you like to try hands together? Yeah.
It's the hands together where I get confused.
Yeah. Flat keys are more difficult because they start on black notes instead of natural notes, and always the fingering is a little bit different. So a good way to really make your fingers remember, a little exercise that I like to do with my students. It's kind of fun, and let's see. I'll get you to try it, see if it works. If you play, let's try it with D major first because you're more familiar with it. If you play one hand double notes and the other hand single notes, so like this. Let's say right hand double notes and left hand single notes like this. Yeah, try that. What that does is it really makes your finger remember twice as much information.
So it's the left hand that does two notes, or is it the right hand?
Let's start with right hand. We'll do both. First finger on G. Try one more time. One more time. So it's a little bit confusing. It's okay. Try it later sometime. Yeah. Well, let's try one more time. One more time. So first, yeah, don't forget first finger on G. Yeah.
So it should be.
Yeah, that's right. Good. And then fourth finger. Yeah. Good. Okay, yeah. So it's a little bit confusing because it makes you really think about which finger plays on which note. Because oftentimes we play something over and over again, and it becomes automatic, but then we stop being fully aware of every single finger that we're playing. So it sort of becomes like one motion. But it's very good to remind yourself which finger goes on which note. Now, this will be very helpful, especially for a B flat major. But it will be good if you really have if you have a scale chart with fingerings in front of you, so that you can really keep track. Yeah. When is your exam?
I think it's in January.
March.
Okay, so you have time.
Oh, March.
Good.
March.
Okay, plenty of time. Perfect. Yeah. So this is not something you would do right before an exam, because it's sort of it's a little bit, it throws you off a little bit in the beginning, but it will make your scales very solid. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let's try B flat major hands together, just regularly without repeating notes. Good. Okay. Going on.
I used
Yeah,
to remind. Oh, sorry. Never.
Go ahead.
I used to remind myself, like, you use 3 for the left hand. You use 3 on E flat and 4 on E flat in the right hand.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's 4 in the left hand and 2 in the right hand, right?
I learned it 3, but
Okay. Yeah, that works too. Yeah, exactly. So find the notes that are, so there's a lot of notes in the scale, right? And it's hard to remember every single fingering right away. So find key notes. It's just like you said, exactly what you said. So just remember, E flat is this finger in this hand, this finger in that hand. And even if something happens, you just, you get there and then you reset with the fingering that with that it's like a flagpole. Yeah. Okay, let's move on to broken chords hands separately.
okay.
Sounds so like
Which one?
which D minor. Let's do D minor.
Oops.
Okay, so something like this. This is actually quite difficult because, it's more difficult than it would be if there was, for example, flat or sharp notes, because it's all natural notes and the distances are the same, and it's very easy to, if you go slightly more this way or slightly more that way, it's easy to miss. So, for something like this, it will be very helpful if you before you play it, really visualize it. So look at the D, look at the F, look at the A. And again, the next octave, D, F, A. So really see those very, very clearly, the distances, and know that between A and D is going to be, a fourth. And then there's also thirds. Yeah. So before you play, just really, and pretend that there's no other notes around it. It's just the notes that you're going to play.
Okay.
Yeah. One more time. It's very good. Once more. Yeah, so imagine that upper octave. Really look closely at the upper octave. See where the top note is going to be. Yeah, really see the entire thing that you're going to play.
Okay.
very good. How about left hand now? So look at the keys once more. Before you play, visualize. Good. Once more. Once more. Visualize before you play. See all the notes. That's okay. One more time. Good. How does that feel? Does that help you?
Actually, it does.
It sounds very good. Let's move on. Let's go on to G minor solid chords, hands separately.
G minor.
G minor.
Solid.
Yep. Solid chords. Yep.
Wait. I'm really not familiar with A minor. I mean, G.
That's okay.
G minor.
Okay. In the chords, I mean, would you be able to tell me right off the bat how many flats or sharps are in G minor, or is it still?
Yeah, I still keep forgetting.
Okay, yeah, that's okay. But so as you practice this, it's the same kind of visualization. Okay, so especially the arpeggio that you did, you're basically doing the same thing right now, but in chord, chord formations.
Okay.
Try G major. Try G major. So there's going to be no flats. So you did D minor very well. It's going to be the same notes, same fingerings, but you're going to play solid chords starting on G. Good. Once more. Great. Now, just one little thing. Make the B flat. So just change from B natural to B flat. That's it. Let's do the same thing.
Ah.
Yeah. So if something is very unfamiliar, just find an easier reference. So if it's like some, minor key and there's a lot of flats or sharps, just maybe think about how you can make it easier first to, so you don't jump into something that's very unfamiliar if you have to. But that's good. Let's try left hand. Let's try left hand. Let's see if you can go right into G minor with left hand. Good. Now, one more thing. One more thing. With left hand, see if you can have a little bit so that feel like you're not just going down into the key, but the wrist helps a little bit by going up. So the wrist moves slightly up as you play.
Okay.
Mhm.
Oops.
Yeah. Just one kind of thing about that. After you play a chord, this is for the future, so for something to practice. It's kind of we don't have quite that much time, but after you play something on piano, no matter what you do to it, it's not going to change, right? It's going to just keep decaying. It's what you do right before you play that matters. So with chords, if you can uh, see if you, with Jennifer, if you can work on this little thing where, and this is something I learned recently actually. If you can start to set your wrist, if you can start with chords, lower wrist, and then set your wrist in motion before you play, right before you play,
Mhm.
so that it starts moving already, and then you play. What that actually produces a very nice sound, and um, I mean you can still play big stuff with it too. I mean, not so much with triple forte, but something anywhere from from piano to mezzo fortissimo. It's a very helpful thing to learn to do. So wrist moves up, and then you play. Try. Let's just try easy chord. Play it for me, C major. Try it with right hand. Okay,
Wait.
so that's right. So start with lower wrist. See now. Wait a second. Wait a second. So here, let's try this. Let's try this. See here. So start. Put your fingers on the notes and lower wrist. Now don't play anything. Don't play anything. Just lift your wrist like this. One more time. Good. Now, the second you start lifting the wrist, play the C major chord. The split second after you start lifting. One more time. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, yeah. Good. Yeah. So just make sure that you're going to the bottom of the key. Make sure because if you press on the key, there's a bottom. You can't go any further, right? So see if you can aim for the bottom of the key and do the exact same thing that you just did. That was very good. Now, okay, good. But now, so that was we exaggerated the motion. Now, don't move the wrist quite so much, but just feel the wrist moving forward as you right before you play. So it's just a feeling, not an actual motion. So just that sounds very nice. Okay, so experiment with that. This is something that takes a while to really internalize. So yeah, this is for the future. Okay, let's move on. Let's move. See here. So that very good, really great work. Let's move on to Bartok. Minuet.
Let me get my book.
Okay.
Sierra, can you just, Sasha, I'm just gonna get Sierra to mute the audio for 1 second. I just have a quick question for her.
Okay.
Can you hear us, Sash?
Yep.
Great.
All good. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm having a little
No,
time.
no, it's okay. Take your time.
Found it. Eh.
One quick thing before we do the left hand. In measure 17 and 19, play that one more time. Okay, so strange fingering. I don't know why Bartok wrote 4/3, but we'll go with it. However, if you play it, make sure that your second finger and thumb are relaxed. Yeah. So your hand, yeah. Once, so 1 second. So just play it once. Play it once. Hold. Now make sure the second and first finger are just dangling. No, they're not lifted. Relax thumb. Yeah. That's right. Yeah. So just like that. Just completely relaxed and third finger like that. Yeah. Are you playing 4 and 5? I think it says 3 and 4 in the score. Okay.
I changed it actually.
Oh, you changed it. Okay, that's fine.
Dr. Larry helped me change it. I thought it was more efficient for me.
Yeah, sure. As long as it's, yeah, that's fine. I just wanted to clarify. But no matter what finger you play, make sure the first, second finger are completely relaxed. Yeah. So I know sometimes the first finger wants to look around and see what the other fingers are doing. You know, it's very curious, but nothing interesting is happening. Let the other fingers go on vacation. If they're not playing, let them just be relaxed. Yeah. So Praxley, we'll play one more time, 4 or 5, that little chord. Just play just one time, just once, and relax the other fingers. Now keep your fingers relaxed. Keep your fingers. Now play it one more time. Keep fingers relaxed. One more time. Now see if, okay, once more. Good. Now play it. Thumb, pum. That's a little better. Yeah. Now play it one more time, three times, but between each time, relax your hand. So find that relaxed position between each time that you play it. Yeah, so that's better. Okay? Make sure that your fingers are not so tense when you're playing that. It's very important. Okay, let's go to the left hand. Okay, make sure you're starting on the right note. Yeah.
It says A, and I'm on A. No, it says G.
It's a G. That's right.
Wait.
Not quite. Not quite.
And that's a fifth, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Wait. What?
So you have to watch out because I know we're used to it's
Confusing.
yeah. So look, you know what happened is that the line changed. So we go from one line, we have to go jump to to the next line, and we lose sense of perspective because it's moving in stepwise motion, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you just have to exactly make sure you watch out for that.
So it's
Yeah. And good. Okay. So have you tried putting these hands together yet?
not yet.
Not yet. What um when you put these hands together, what are you going to do? How are you going to do it?
I'm probably gonna start out really slow and
Yeah.
do it line by line, practicing line by line.
Good. Yeah. So not trying to do the whole thing in one go,
No.
right? Exactly. That's very good. Very smart. Because I would go as far as to take two measures at a time. Because when we play through something, whether it's sight read, we 2 notes ago we already forget what happened. So if we, as you know, if you were just play through it, you wouldn't remember anything that happened. So I would take, in fact, I would start putting it together from not just from beginning. This is another thing that happens is that we often start practicing. Everybody, me, everyone, every pianist sort of does this. We start practicing a piece from the very beginning, often, and our mind is very fresh. We, we're working very productively, and then gradually we get more and more tired. By the time we get to the end, it's like, oh, already, I'll fix it later. Oh, I'll fix it later. Later never comes, so it's actually good. You're very consistent, but just for the future, always start from the most difficult. Start practicing. Find the most difficult part and start practicing there every time you sit down to practice, because your mind is the most fresh and you'll do the best work there, and then you'll have a more even. The piece will be more evenly prepared. So what I would do is I would start putting this together from the end. I would go to the last 2.5 measures. From measure 20. Yeah. Do you want to just try a little bit?
From measure 20.
Yeah. So, pick up into the third beat of measure 20. So just from there.
Okay.
Good. Yeah, so this is the hardest part. Yeah, especially because in measure 16, the left hand plays.
No, it's.
That's right. No. You were right. You were right. It was correct before.
You go down.
Yeah, that's right. But you were correct with the F and D. Yeah, try one more time. Okay, so I would do just that much. I don't know, 10 times. I would take little, let's say today you just practice these two measures, lots. And then review hands separately the rest of these. Tomorrow, you review this 2.5 measures a couple of times, just remember. And then go back a few measures, say to measure 16.5, where the left hand starts to play melody. And then practice only measure 16 from measure 16.5 until measure 20, and not worry about the ending. Just laser focus on just a couple of measures every day, and in a week you'll be playing it hands together, no problem.
Okay.
Okay, good. Let's do some of this ear training. So Jennifer, I need your help on this because I just want to clarify that I know what to do. So for
should I get out my ear training book or no?
Jennifer?
Yeah, she has,
do we need the book, or can we just work on it?
she doesn't need a book.
Okay, yeah, okay.
For sight reading she will, but,
Okay. Sure,
but
yeah, then.
for the other things she won't need it, just for sight reading.
Okay. Okay, let's do clapping. So, I assume that you're supposed to repeat after me the rhythm, right? Is that the idea?
Yeah. So I'm like, you do your rhythm, then I do it?
Yeah. Okay, so this I think I have to tell you that this is going to be in 3/4.
And you also have to tell me the key and like the scale, I think.
Okay, so I'm supposed to play for you, yes, this part.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
Sure.
So the key is D major. Okay, D major, and I guess I'll tell you the first note.
You don't have to.
Yeah, I don't have to. Okay. Okay. Well, here goes. So I'll count out loud as well. 1 and 2, 3. 1. Let's just do that much. One more time. One more time.
So it's in D major.
That's right.
Now it's.
So okay, I guess they will tell you. I don't know what they're going to tell you in this situation. Are they going to give you this whole scale? Because I feel like you would need to know if you want to know the first note, you would need to know what the bottom note is.
Usually Miss West does it for me.
Okay, what does she give? What information does she disclose
She
to you?
usually does. She just does the scale like.
Okay. Oh, good to know. Okay, so here's the scale. There's your
Sasha,
D.
just give the pentascale. Just the first 5 notes.
Okay, that's good to know. I had no idea.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, re, do.
Okay, so we got it. Okay, now listen one more time. It sounds very similar. Well, you have to really identify which note it starts on. Yeah, so it's the most important thing is that you start on the right note. Okay, because if you don't, the whole thing will. So just focus on that. So when you hear this pentascale, sing to yourself the bottom note. Yeah, just all you need to remember is actually the first note. That's all you need to know. When you hear this, just sing it to yourself very quietly. And then when you hear the first note of whatever you're supposed to play, make sure that you relate to that. Yeah? So
Okay.
now here's your D, so sing D. Just hum it to yourself. Now here's your first note. Can you play the first note? Well, that's right. Okay? That's most important part. That's 85% of of what needs to be done. Yes. What? Okay. Okay. Now you got the first 4 notes correctly. Yeah. Then there was a really big leap. So you have to really just practice this a lot and do. The most important thing is to do this every day. Okay. Somehow, maybe with teacher or it's just like there's certain things like sight reading, improvising, this kind of thing, practicing piano as well. It has to be done daily. If you skip days, you lose progress. Yeah. So just make sure that you approach this on a very regular basis, because otherwise it will be very difficult to get better at this. Okay, but you got it. I mean, you can do it because you did the first 4 notes correctly. Yes. So this is difficult. So keep working on it. Okay, you have a couple of months. You can do it. Okay, let's do the second. Let's do another one, and let's see if you can find the right note first. The first note. So here's the scale. So that's the note you want to remember. Okay.
I'm not that good at identifying scales.
No. So you don't necessarily have to identify a scale. You don't need to know what key this in. Well, it's an F major. You don't have to identify that. But most importantly, what my point is that you have a point of reference. to find the first note. When you, this is your key note. So the bottom, the main note of the scale.
The tonic?
Huh?
The tonic?
Yes. The tonic. The scale degree 1. If you can latch onto it and hold on to it until you hear in your mind, so somehow sing it or just remember to yourself, yeah. And then when you hear the first note, so here's the good, okay. So here's the excerpt. It starts on this note. So don't look.
I really can't see it. To be honest, I can't see it.
That's okay. That's okay. Don't forget, this is your F. So this is first note. Okay. Can you play that much? So is the first note lower? It's lower, right?
Oh.
No. You got it right. I mean, the F that you have, this is the first note.
No, oops.
So here's the first note. Now, this is the second thing you need to do is to identify whether the starting note is lower or higher than that main note that you're holding on to.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so good. So sing that again. Okay, now here's your first note. Is it
Sounds
lower?
lower.
That's right. There it is. Good. Now. Yeah. What interval is that?
It's a fourth.
That's right. Good. So, review. When you hear the pentascale, grab the first note and then identify whether the starting note of the excerpt is higher or lower. Yeah. And then figure out what interval it is. So you know the fourth. Yeah. So really make sure that you know your intervals very well. That you can identify like this is what? What interval?
For me?
What interval is this? Can you tell?
That's a fifth.
That's right. Good. So use that knowledge of intervals to find the first note and then go from there. Okay, we have break now. Oh wait, clap back. What is this clap back? Rhythm? Okay, let's take a break and then we will move on to Mozart. I don't have the other sheets. So.
Okay.
Okay, ready?
Wait a minute. Okay, good.
Okay.
Got it. You can hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
All right.
Mozart now?
Mozart.
I'm learning this one hands together. I know.
Okay, since we have, it's okay. You're doing very well with this. Since we have a little bit of time, let's just work on it right away. So, there's a lot of notes in the left hand, eh?
Yeah, I'll be fine. I've done it
How can
before.
we, I think it's possible to make it a little bit easier. Now, let's see if we can take this apart a little bit. Look at measure 5.
Yeah.
And, measure 1 and 2. Just in general, this texture in the left hand. Do you notice there's two different layers? There's
Yep.
one note that repeats all the time in the left hand, and one note that moves around. Yeah?
Yep.
So, play for me one more. Let's go to the very beginning. Play for me one more time. Now, tell me before you play. Tell me which in the left hand which note stays the same and which notes are moving around.
I don't understand your question.
Okay, so you see we have yeah, it's a little tricky. Okay, so now do you see there's a repeating A? Every other note is an A that
Oh yeah,
repeats.
yeah.
Yeah, okay, you see that one? Now,
It's always the bottom note that changes.
yeah. So let's make this a little bit easier and let's take away the repeating note so it's not bothering us so much. And so play for me just the notes that are moving in the left hand.
Okay.
But with the same fingering that you would as if you played the A, yeah? So 5 and 3. Wait, just the left hand alone.
Wait.
Okay.
Do I do the two other measures?
Let's add one more measure. So, but yeah. Okay, good. Now, play it one more time. One more time. These 3 measures, left hand without the repeated A's. Good. Now, oh yeah. Good. Okay, now let's add the right hand. Same thing, but plus right hand.
Wait.
Okay, one more time. Good. One more time. Let's get this a little bit faster. A little bit faster. You can do it. It's easier than you think. Hmm. Very nice. Now, here's what we can do next. Instead of now, you know that the A is going to be repeated, so it's you're just gonna play them. Now let's put the A. So instead of putting the A between the notes, play the A together with the bottom note.
Okay.
Make sense?
Okay.
And right hand. So do exactly what you did before. Just add an A to every left hand note. Okay, that's good. That's good. Just that much. Just that much. Again, you see, this is the kind of piece where you have to work little bits and pieces at a time. Yeah. So right now it's very fresh, but see if you can take the first two measures. If you can maybe get it to slightly faster tempo a few times.
I can easily play it how it's supposed to be.
Okay.
So I do like the. No, I.
Yeah, good. Exactly like that. Plus the right hand. Try. Good. One more time. Okay, good. Now take away the A again. So just the bottom voice in the left hand plus right hand. Good. Now one more time. One more time. Play A together with the left hand note like you did before. Now play it the way it's written, that same tempo.
Oops.
Okay. Does that feel easier or any different?
Feels different. It feels kind of easier, yeah.
Good. So I think you could totally do this with the rest of the piece. Okay. So what that does is it actually makes you well. What it does is adds variety to the way you see the piece. So you start to realize that the left hand, you start seeing and hearing the fact that the left hand is actually two different voices. Okay, it's um, another way to practice this is instead of repeating the note, you hold it. So let's do something. Let's just do crazy things here. Because the more variety you do, the more you take the piece apart, experiment, and do all kinds of crazy things, the better you know it later. The much more easier it will be to play. So let's do something else, something unusual. Let's go to measure 5 and play the left hand, but instead of repeating the B, just hold it with your thumb and play the bottom voice. So let's just try the left hand alone.
So just hold the B the whole time?
Yeah, left hand by itself, no right hand. Okay, and play the bottom voice as well. So play everything in the left hand. Yeah.
So it's.
And then it changes to A, right?
Yeah.
And then again it repeats, same thing. Cool. Okay. Now let's add the right. Let's see if we can add the right hand to that.
Okay, I'm gonna try.
Try. Let's give it a try.
It doesn't sound right.
It's confusing. Yeah, I've completely confused you. That's okay. But when you go back to playing it normally, it will be so much easier. Let's do what we did. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Okay. Okay. Let's go back to measure 5. Play for me without any B's in the left hand, just the bottom voice of left hand plus the right hand. Yeah. One more time. One more time. Because look, this next two measures, you always have to take this into account. Every time you see two measures that repeat again, it's you learn two measures, you get two free. It's a really good deal. Yeah. So always see where it might look like a lot of notes in that line. It's only two measures of actual stuff, and then it repeats. One more time.
Okay.
Play just the left hand bottom without right hand. Let's just simplify this. Yeah. Good. Play this many times. One more time, yeah? Good. Once more. One more time.
Oops. Oh, yeah.
One more time. Once again, there's some different notes. No. 1 sec. Where's F sharp? Where's F sharp?
Oh.
You were playing it correctly before. Good. You know what? That's great. You repeat things until you can play them really fast, until you're sick of it. Yeah? Until you know it really well. Now, let's do the same thing, but let's just add a B on top of all those notes. Huh? Good. Once more. Okay. It's okay, yeah. Now, just play what's written left hand, so just separate the bottom notes and the B's.
Pardon me?
So now play as written. So separate the bottom note and the top notes. Just the left hand alone.
Oh.
Okay, aim to play maybe the. Let's see if you can make the B's a little softer and the bottom a little louder, or same, but the B's softer. Because if we have two lines like that, one is moving around. Sir. So here's a question for you. We have two lines, okay? So one is a B and an A, but mostly B's. The other one is moving around. Which do you think is more interesting to listen to?
It's probably the bottom one.
That's right. Okay, so take the responsibility of bringing out that which is more interesting. So if something repeats many times, so if there's just a difference. So if you just play evenly, or here's some context with the right hand. So this is with the right hand evenly without discerning the two voices. And here's if I hide the more uninteresting voice, if I put it in the background and bring out the bottom and play the melody as well. Hear the difference?
Yeah. Alexander,
Yeah.
do you think that the second, like the measures like 7 and 8 should be like an echo of 5 and 6?
Absolutely. What do you think? Do you think so too?
I was asking for your advice.
No, I agree. I'm curious. I absolutely, yes, from me. Well, it's also written mezzo piano. But I'm also curious to know, do you think so too? Or do you not want to do that?
What do you mean?
Do you have a preference for whether it's echo or not?
Well,
Which one do you like better?
I actually will prefer if it's an echo. It'll probably sound better.
Yes, I agree. You want to try? Let's start with measure.
Together, as it's written.
Yeah, let's go for it.
No, that's too fast.
No, it's good, it's good. That's very beautiful. You make a very beautiful difference. Yes, I agree. Very good idea. You want to try from beginning and add this. So you see, so let's not go on yet. So as you practice small portions many times. So let's go back to beginning and review what we did.
Okay.
And then play till the measure 11. Let's go on. Yeah, you keep going. It sounds so nice. Let's start one. What I want to do is go from beginning and play the whole section until measure 11. Yeah, so lines 1, 2, and half of 3.
Okay.
Yeah, let's try it.
Going on.
Okay. The first 2 lines sound very nice. Yeah. You see, so you just have to take the left hand and really take it apart and just really internalize it. So really remember, play the bottom voice separately a lot. Play the top voice. Know where it is. Yeah, things like that. Now, right now, the most difficulty is going from measure 8 into measure 9. Yeah.
Yeah.
Play for me. Let's do this way. Play for me the last 2 notes of measure 8 and the first 2 notes of measure 9.
First 2 notes of measure 9
Yeah, last 2 notes of measure 8, first 2 notes of measure 9.
at the same time.
One by one is written.
Okay.
No. So okay, hands together. Hands together is written. So look, the right hand. So ultimately, what I want to hear is. The reason why I want you to do this, yeah, is because yeah. So actually, let's make it. Yeah, the reason why I want you to do this is because you have to wait to play measure 9. Yeah, because it's far away from measure 8 on the page. Because it's a new line, and if measure 8 and 9 were together, you would see that F sharp follows E very easy. It's just 1 note apart. But because you have to look back at the beginning of the next line, you lose perspective as to what the relative distances are. Yeah. So when that happens, let's just do not 4 notes. Let's do 2 notes. So like this. So just the last note, the last vertical notes. So in both hands of measure 8, A and E, and the first notes of measure 9, D and F sharp. Just that, just those things. A lot of mental work. It's okay. Just a little more. This is a very important thing.
Dang.
Good. One more time.
It's
One more time.
difficult.
It's difficult. Well, you know what? If you do it a couple of times, it won't be. Trust me. Just do it 3 more times, and I assure you it'll be easy. Trust me.
Okay.
3 more times. Yeah, so good. So, here, just that much. Hang on a second. So, look, what's very easy about it is that E goes to F sharp, very close, and then A goes to D, but you already had C sharp in the left hand, so D is only a semitone away from that C sharp that you just played. It's far away from the A, but let's not worry about the A. Let's use C sharp, the closest note, as your reference. Very, very nearby, yeah? Try one more time.
Okay.
Almost? No. Good. Good. Just that much. One more time. Because you know the rest very well. Just that most difficult part, you can do it. Once you figure this out, everything else is easy. This is the most difficult part.
Yeah.
Okay, it'll get better. You did it a few times. It's good. Okay, it'll get easier. The most important thing is just to really get through it. And what you're doing, what I'm asking you to do, is also very difficult. On top of that, because we're taking this out of context. But if you can do it, if you really, if you really give it a good few tries, when you just play the piece through, it'll be very easy. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Well, do you have any questions?
No, I don't.
No, you don't. Okay. All right. Good. How is everything going? Okay.
Yeah, just
With
a bit tired.
A bit tired. Okay. Well, you did a lot of very good work today. A lot of very thorough mental work. So that will make you tired. Yeah. Okay. Good. Thank you, Sierra.
Okay, you're welcome.
All right. Good to meet you, and good luck with everything.
Okay.
Okay. So, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Jennifer. Yeah.
It's very appreciated. What would your overall comments be to Sierra as she I'll just move the camera back, as she prepares for this exam?
Do at least a little bit, but every day for sure. Just make sure you do daily work. That's most important.
Okay.
Even if you don't feel like practicing, sit down, play 2 notes. You know,
Mhm.
but every day for sure. But good, yeah. You're really on your way. It's gonna be great.
Fantastic. Ellen, wait, is it Ellen or Veronica?
Ellen, yes.
Ellen, okay. So Ellen or Dina, did you have any questions for Dr. Malikov?
No questions, no.
Great.
No,
Thank you so
much. Thank you
Thank
so
you for
much, Dr.
listening.
Malikov.
Thank you so much for listening, and thank you for joining us. It was it's always fun. I've never done
Thank
this
you.
with audience before, so yeah.
It's fantastic. And there's a recording on YouTube. So if anybody's teaching these pieces or teaching level 3 RCM, that's some pretty good tips, I think. And can we give a round of applause to our pianist today? So thank you, Sierra. Do you have any questions for Dr. Malikov?
No, I don't.
No? Okay.
Good.
All right. Alors, avec ça, on va dire au revoir et bonsoir.
Au revoir.
With that, we will
Bonsoir.
say goodbye. I've taught Sierra since she was 6, and
Oh,
this adorable little francophone walks into my studio. So I got to speak French with her, which is wonderful.
great.
All right, thanks everybody. Have a great night.
Thank you.
Bye.